Weird. I did reinstall a thing earlier, but I didn't expect it to break OBS of all things. Everything else still worked. Huh. Anyway, hey yo. Voice pog. Grocery. Damn it. It's the second time I have had something in my throat trying to say the word groceries. Groceries are cursed. Anyway. Hello. How are you? How are your groceries? Are they moist? I don't know. Well, yeah. Finally. I'll not bother a lot with side quests. Let me, reading them is what I mean. Let me just tell you that these quests are good. This person. Remember this person. Like, honestly, for your own playthrough, remember this person. Promise me, Kakuin, that you do these 2 side quests once you get to this to the, what's this called again? The Vesper Bay, right? For the first time. Because this unlocks the gear coloring and glamour system. You just kind of want to go here. By... I'm being called. I'll need a second. Sorry. Oh, sorry for that. Don't you love getting random phone calls right when you start streaming? It's the best. I love it. I don't want to punch a wall or anything. So good. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to find a vendor that sells orange juice. This one right here, 7 entire gil. Just grab the orange juice. You give it to the glamour person. Colors now exist. Okay. Into the waking sands. Speak with Minfilia. Yay. Welcome back, Rain. I'm pleased you and Thancred have been getting along. Yay! I see. You've done well to uncover the truth. Thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain whether the abducted were taken, and none but the Emerald Jar know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not be willingly part with this information. A few blood will be spilled before all is said and done. We seek peaceful solution to the primal problem. We must needs be ready to fight for our cause, that you might take to the field suitably prepared. I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblypots, and he's a scholar of no small repute. Nah, Sedge. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced the revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it now has been disseminated to the great benefit of the realm. I would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him to use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in Central Thanalan, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. But yeah, Sedge, no Puldak. I think it's this way. It is this way. No, you don't have to. What do you mean? What game? Which game are we talking about? Which game? Final Fantasy. No. As soon as you're out of the tutorial, you can play with other people. The thing is that you're on a trial account, so you cannot invite people to parties. You can only be invited to parties. For the dungeons, however, those are mostly unlocked through quests. All of them, actually. So... and they have minimum levels. But to just roam around on the overworld with other people, all you need to do is beat the tutorial so you can, like, see other human persons in this world. And once the tutorial is beaten, and you see other people, you can play with them. Again, trial accounts are restricted. You can play with others, but you cannot initiate communications. This is so that people who use these accounts for nefarious purposes can't bother others. Like botting, for instance. Pshh, who is Uplander? Come to tendering of Mutamix bubbly pots. Hand over. Have a blade. Fighty tool drinks in airy selves. When fully airy self, Fighty tool changes to stony shine, name of bacteria. If bacteria joined with other Fighty tool, and then big eyes. Fighty tool grants power of airy self. Psh, score. Mutamix is a reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. No. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings Fighty tool to Mutamix, yes? Score. Fighty tool is unstrong as eating tool. Make good teachy show of power of materia. The materia, master. Now eyes of Uplander pointed Fighty tool, yes? Score. Materia join with Fighty tool. Fighty tool gains power of materia. Fighty tool reborn. Here, Uplander. Take Fighty tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to gear, you imbue the post item with its power. That's a Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours from someone as would have struggled to cut steak into a weapon worth wielding. Pshko. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia? That Uplander best fill brain case with knowledge of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learny ones of Mutamix. What he was saying in the most endearing goblin speak in the entire universe is, if you get a crafting class, you can meld materia onto items. And make them stronger. Vesper Bay Aetheryte ticket. Pog. Wee. What is your quest again? Oh, just Halatali. That's early. Was Halatali always this early in the game? That's a dungeon side quest, by the way. Just boop, dungeon. Oh, they died. No. Okay. Welcome back, Rain. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Have dagger. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look out upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, so make it your ally. Now it's time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you're ready to begin. What is this? Level 18 weapon coffer. Oh. Never used these. Da da da. Obtain. 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 Use. That was not on purpose. I just used a materia. That's Fantasia. That's fine. I didn't mean to use that. Oh well. I could need a haircut. Minfilia would like to assist the Immortal Flames. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend August, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Immortal to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Immortal responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have August attend as planned. As the Immortal anticipated to offer fierce resistance, are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I skipped the question, but whatever. Before he left, he bade me to tell you, save some for him, such as his confidence in you. A confidence I share. When you have made ready, take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. I will teleport in the light of the crystal, thank you very much, Minfilia. Okay. Ah, you Rainumbria of the Science. No thanks for coming, friend. We are stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief your mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and praise them from the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizard men aren't aware that their man, August, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet their traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, We cannot deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, so we requested the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place in the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much more of the Yamaljar plot if the mission succeeds, Rain. Let's make sure it does. Okay. The Invisible City. Do do do. Do dee do dee do. Ah, imps. Oh no. Where's the music? Game? Is it dead quiet again? What is this? Unbelievable. Zombies. What do you mean? I'm 10 levels above you. Ich. Oh, instanced. Very nice. Well then. Waiting. Proceed. Is the bait in place? A man's in position, sir. Good, we make a move as soon as the Amajar appear. Yes, sir. Oh, ah. What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I indulged the immortal flames, clutches, and moons before finally being caught, eluded, whatever. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It was almost as if someone is feeding him information. What's that voice? Aye, your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Not as much as I'll have to chat a while. I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Oh no! They will all die, and I will live. Very good. Okay, I should take care of the small ones first. Got it, got it. One. And 2. And 3. And let's go. Une, deux, trois. No, so many ranges. They all should die. Die. Perish. Thunder. Do 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 do. How long will you last, I wonder? Uh-oh, more. Uh-oh. Not good. Bad, in fact. Wee. So many. So many enemies. No matter. They are easily subdued. They don't even deal damage. Well, barely. Die. Do, 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 do. Die, 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 die. One, two. Put up your weapon, or I'll command us dead man. Behind you! Sleep spell? Okay. Good night. Bring him! The rest of you, march! Traitorous scum! Traitors! Oh no. Flame Sergeant. I fear the Amajan mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death, with steel in hand. Bowl of Embers now accessible. Pog. Wait, oh, they did that. I want to try this, kind of. Then again, I'll probably just pop it instantly if I go in. No, I will not. 8 minutes. Alright. In that case, register for duty. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us some misery. Okay. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. Oh, mighty Ifrit, you bring before you the ignorant savages who do not know your godhead. If it please you, Lord, scorch the heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. Bloody hells! Bring those two as well. What's going on? This isn't what we agreed. None but servants of Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man. Not a good voice. Let me try that again. By my breath. No, that's too... Resonance isn't right. By my breath, I claim you. Oh. I can't quite do it without ruining my throat. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. That works. That works. And it doesn't even kill my throat. Og. Oh, mighty Ifrit. My one true God. Huh? Your words are my bread. As that was the traitor. Impossible. What sorcery do you resist my master's will? I don't know. Could it be your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. I don't know. Forsooth, thy frail mortal flame can serve as vessel to the beginnings of but one. Yet I smell not taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the goddess's blessed numbers. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. A circle. I feel like it's a bit quiet though. Okay. Let's go. Bonk, bonk, bonk. This is Ifrit, the first trial of the game. And very weak. Die, Ifrit. Die! I'm cast too much blizzard. Burn. 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 How am I hurting you with fire? Burn! Make me walk, please. Burn! Burn! The lightning and the ice makes sense, but why does the fire hurt him? Ah, well. Die! 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 Wait, I just realized this Cyan had the same idea. Oh, you just burn it. Just burn the Lord of Fire. That's sure to work. Ah, there's it. That is the nail. The proverbial nail in the coffin. You want to kill this first, otherwise you die. I'm not joking. If you don't kill this in time, Ifrit just kills you. Boop. Boop. And there goes the nail. Now, if he jumps and absorbs everything I throw at him. What the fuck do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. What the fuck? We did everything right. Did the NPCs keep hitting Ifrit? What happened? I'm so confused. Why? Whost? I'm so out of it right now. What happened? Huh? Yeah, succumb to the inferno, blah, blah, blah. That thing. Boop. What is the Conjurer doing so close, though? That is not slide casting yet, but this is. I'll just stand in this, to be honest. Why did he kill us, though? Die! Die! Oh my god. That is the nail. Kill the nail. It is our only mission to kill the nail. And fast. What the fuck? I'm not doing this with NPCs. That's horrible, though. Like, what the fuckaroni? Okay. Ifrit with NPCs. Not fun. Not fun. Anyone online? Nope. There's a big gnaw. Ah, well. And we get to wait here. In the empty room. Funny enough, I can just teleport out of here, just leave them. Yeet. Ah, yes. Of course. I just wanted some music, to be honest. Anyway, let's return to Uldar and pick up a quest. Class quest, this one. Thread of Perplexity. Rain, you save. I fear you had fallen victim to the Mage Slayer. Have you not heard of the recent spate of gruesome killings taking place within Uldar? Each case involves at least one dead thaumaturge, and every corpse is found bloody, battered, and utterly drained of etheric energy. All tidings aside, I'm glad to see you alive and glowing with vitality. It's time you delve into the final chapter of Yawning Abyss. Kokoboha, Harry's second youngest sibling, will read to you from The Thread of Perplexity. Reading strain. Are you once more prepared to peruse the pages of Power of Peril? Then let us begin. The Thread of Perplexity. Ah, how magnificent the darting power we wield. Flames peruse, ice transfixes, and lightning dances into the ranks of our enemies. But what terror descends when from all sides those ranks close? Flames are smothered, eyes crushed, and lightning grounded. Know you this threat, and where are you the multitudinous foe? Is the point of the passage readily apparent? If you would be most problematic, for example, should you meet this malefic mage slayer and he or she proves to be multiple murderers, what a thaumaturge needs is a thick-set thrall, a courageous companion to accompany him in cases where collective cronies are expected. Now as for your trial. Kokoboa, please allow me to suggest a practical cause of Rain's training. The town is buzzing with the news of yet more slaughtered thaumaturges, their mutilated bodies found fouling in waters of Nuffic wells. I would have Rain aid me in hunting down the culprit with his trail is yet fresh. Rain may have tolerated your interruptions of the trial last time, Boozy, but you're hardly the handy henchman he needs to do such to clear such a hazardous hurdle. Your concerns are understandable, brother. It would allay your fear. If it would allay your fears, I can introduce Rain to a valiant warrior who recently entered my employ. You've secured the services of a stalwart swordsman. Then that would indeed be in line with learning the lesson for the day, perhaps. Come now, Rain. Let us be about our business before Kokobo has a change of heart. And I'll be waiting for you in Nuffic wells. Was that Kokobusi? Was indeed. Ah. Da, da, da. What a long way around. Wow. And here we are. Irene, so good of you to come. My Ruggedian friend here is the warrior I mentioned back at the ossuary. Now there's no time to waste. Why don't you head into the steam and examine the bodies of the slain mages? I would go with you, but with my delicate stomach, I fear I might contaminate the scene. Remember, you're looking for anything that might help us track down the killer. Yes. Toad. Hello. Pearl of Embers, Pog. Tank, please accept, please. Please. Not watching that again. Let's go. Oh, that's where the focus target usually is. Ah, oh, damage. So good. Ah, don't give it too much damage there. Feel this, please. Ah. What's this? Red. Red. I have gotten the red. Very good. My crystal. Mine. Excellent, yes. Pray forgive my lateness. I was delayed by a congregation of Amorja zealots. I swear, each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. Yo, poser. I couldn't read that in time. What'd he say? I see the Bloodstone wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say the hardships have only just begun. They've much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Rain. Had I known the mission would prove so dangerous, I would have never left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Reborn, shall we say? This way, sir. So that was the mighty Ifrit. What a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'Dan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 11th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. You've only yourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear Livia. Promise me you never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there were there was aught worth a damn for it to read. But I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by the adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? What plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You've been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat this as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble for punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. Meh. I am unable to read. Tancred! There you are, Rain. Come rest a while. I have no better opportunity after witnessing their gods in Domnia's defeat. The Amorja will be less inclined to risk wrath, for a time at least. Now, where were we? Yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be whole of body, but the same cannot be said for their minds. For once a man is tempered. But it ill suits me to dwell on negatives. Amidst all misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Rain. On the contrary, I've long suspected that you have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fan eye for talent remains undimmed. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to me my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to this mission. Meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands. When you are good and ready, we can discuss matters in more detail then, but don't take just too long. Will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Yes, they will. Woo! Hello. Did you uncover anything incriminating? This and that. The blood's hit slick to the touch. The slaughter must have been recent indeed. The villain may yet lurk nearby. Return to the creek where the bodies lay and linger for a time. I dare say your aura, saturated as it is with enticing etheric energy, will lure the Mage Slayer into the open. Have courage, Rain. Our burly companion stands ready to help to leap to your aid. Frog. Oh my god. Proceed. There it is. Haha! The demon shows its claws. I'll keep it busy. You just focus on magicking. This bastard's got some nasty spells. Stay away. Seemingly ordinary imp. Doubt. Sleep. What do you mean seemingly? Die. Die. That takes care of that. I'm off to collect me coin. That was easy. That was surprisingly easy. It seems your partnership with our hired blade went splendidly. It's unfortunate, though, that one of the imps was able to flutter away. Oh, you did not notice? You wouldn't wish to report to Kukubaha with your trial half finished, would you? Of course not. I'm afraid. However, that the Rugadin has already collected his recompense and departed for the nearest alehouse. What to do? Surely a thaumaturge of your caliber can handle a single MBS. If I'm not mistaken, it flew to that little cave over there. Hurry now before it slips away into some hidden nook or cranny. Oh no! It slipped away? Impossible! But I killed all of them! Oh no! Yeet! That is not Kokobushi. Well, it is Kokobushi, but a Kokobushi possessed by the void scent that escaped from Mama's urn. It was feeding on the etheric energy of all the slain thaumaturges. No way. Oh my god. That's horrible. And you, my dear Mannery Drain. What next? I've wanted to absorb your delicious power since the moment we met. Very good, very good. Very good. The output broke, agree. Hold on. You are supposed to go to this audio device. Thank you. There we go. A pity. This has been such an amusing charade. However, did you see through it? How did you ever see through it? Whatever. Fuck it. I cannot read today. I am Kokobushi's brother. How could I not? It is time I destroyed you, Momo, and put a stop to these sinister killings. As the eldest, I must take responsibility for my family's misadventures. A coward like you, destroy me. Your opening strike should have pierced my heart, but instead you aimed for the knife. Fear stays in your hand. Fear that slaying me will also slay your sibling. Poor spineless thaumaturge. I shall, however, leave you with a pleasant thought. It was Kokobushi's fervent wish to amass this power. He craved the arcane strength to stand beside his brothers as an equal. What a shame that he must now stand against you. Pains me to admit, but there's some truth to that creature's words. I surrendered the perfect opportunity to end this. I've betrayed my own teachings. Return to the ossuary and report the completion of your trial. I will remain here for a time and gather my thoughts. Oh no! But Master! Wee. Da-da-da. Okay. Side quest. Have you returned with groceries? Okay. Give me a second. Yeah, I should waited for the headphones to charge a bit. Yeah. What kind of headphones do you have? Charge the headphone. Kokobo. Ah, right. Kokobuki has advised me of your adventures. It seems the mage slayer slithered away, but your stint with the swordsman was nonetheless successful. Consider the chapter complete. Your time with the Tome of Teachings is at an end. Well, to be absolutely accurate, there is an addendum with additional advice, but Kokobuki considers it extracurricular. Even I dare not delve into those diabolical depths. I do not deign to die, you understand? I have yet to inform my brothers of Kokobusi's misfortune. I have yet to reconcile the maelstrom with my own mind. The most fundamental lessons of thaumaturgy demanded us slay the creature where it stood. It was the most opportune moment to strike, minimal risk, and victory was but assured. How many more would suffer for my hesitation and my cowardice? It will likely be some time, however, before normal resurfaces to kill again. Now that we have uncovered the deception, the Voidsin will seek a new hunting ground where Kokobusi's face is unknown. And though the respite may be brief, some Bluetooth headphones that you bought on Amazon, the ones that don't fall during exercise in the gym. Ooh, very good. Very good. Pray leave me to my musings, Rain. Okay. Shoes! finally, good shoes. Erasmus. I could have just picked up the next quest. I'm stupid. Gimme quest, please. Ah, Rain, I saw you coming in this time. I've been more watchful since Kokobuki told us about the dreadful business with Kokobushi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokobuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see how eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help banish his air of uncertainty. Rain, long have I agonized over Kokobushi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him from it. It would not do to call upon my thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the yawning abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have had word with these scholars who requested the destruction of Malmo's urn and have returned from the expedition. They are currently in Reborn, blowing the ink dry on the collective findings regarding that wretched void send. I would ask that you go there, these experts of otherworldly phenomena, and beg permission to peruse their work. Well, I'm going somewhere else, though. Woo! Vesper Bay. Well, well, well. Pray return to the waking sands. Have you yet returned to the waking sands, dear Karkuin? Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Frankfurt told us the news upon his arrival. He's presently the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. Please be voiced. No, my fucking god. I don't want to read everything forever. You have voice actors, use them. You melted in the meantime. No. My late arrival nearly cost Rain his life. I wasn't there when the Amaljar took him prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served him to Ifrit. Yes. For some miracle he survived, but that does not excuse the fact that he should never have been to face such dangers alone. I failed him utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Hi, I'm here. Rain, it's so good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Welcome. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet a part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. And now we can put paid to a long investigation. As we suspected, the Amaljar undertook both the robbery and the abductions, with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Uldar. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa, Leminsa, and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here. And the stronger they become, the more ether they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether. Crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to the primals. Which leaves us with a why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. This is coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence. It's their adherence, adherents freely give. In order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. And they do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet, even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess. The Echo. We know not why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. The recent incidents all share a common trait. Meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. Well, I share your concern. My presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. And the immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. You may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take a full advantage of the respite drain. The respite, whatever. I don't know how that word is pronounced. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero of Feld Ifrit, I fear you will have a nary moment to yourself. Well, hello. Whether she intended to or not, I'm feeling neglected to tell you something. Something I think would be best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I'm sorry to report that all are to be put to death. The flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there was any other recourse, but once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue to fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Rain. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses of his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louisa, I would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Thancred. Ah, poor boy. I got 6960 experience points. Nice. Okay, I'll take a short break and I will make something to drink. I'll be right back. Drink reveal? Maybe. Maybe I'll reveal my drink. It is it is a powdered beverage by a company by the name of Holy Energy. It's kind of like G Fuel, but they at least it's their mission. I'm not a biochemist, but according to their advertisement material, they ditch all the unhealthy additives that you usually find in energy drinks, and try to put like actually good stuff in there. Like, I like how G Fuel tastes, but the ingredients are garbage. Like, G Fuel is a lot of like artificial flavor, artificial color, additives that really shouldn't be in an energy drink, like taurine. A lot of energy drink companies put taurine into their drinks, and I don't like that. Also, yeah, if you have ever like had just drink powder that was made with natural flavors instead of artificial flavor, you kind of cannot go back. Because you can taste if it's fake. You can taste if it's fake lemon juice and that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I have no idea if Holy Energy like shipped to anywhere but Germany, because they are a German company. But their drinks are actually pretty good. Like, they leave a lot of the usual like bad stuff out of it. They use natural flavors for their drinks, which is like night and day difference. I don't know, like you can't drink energy drinks because caffeine stuff like that makes you sleepy. Weird. Like, okay, caffeine doesn't make you awake. That is a common misconception. Caffeine has no properties that make you more alert. What caffeine does is it inhibits the uptake of a specific hormone that makes you sleepy if it is like processed normally by your brain. But caffeine does nothing to raise your energy levels. It only stops them from dropping for about an hour or so. That's all it does. Also, caffeine dehydrates you when it is decomposed by your body. Which is why a common effect of drinking caffeine right before bed is a headache in the morning. It's not the caffeine that gives you the headache, it's the dehydration overnight that does. If you drink coffee in the morning and then just drink water in the evening, you're fine. You don't have to worry about a headache or anything. if you are even slightly dehydrated over a prolonged period of time, like about 8 hours, say, you will develop a headache. And that's not good. But yeah, I've discovered Holy Energy just per chance, and I just really like the product. I'm not sponsored. I wouldn't mind being sponsored, though. Like, it's not amazing that I want them to sponsor me, like Elgato. That is bad. That is saying this weirdly. It is not so amazing that I beg them to sponsor me, like Elgato products. I couldn't stream without a Stream Deck. I cannot envision this stream working without a Stream Deck. I don't know how I do it. But like, I would not turn down a sponsorship from this drink manufacturer. Because the amazing part about their stuff that I like as a individual is it is not over caffeinated. It has the same amount of caffeine that a store-bought 500 milliliter energy drink would have. 80 milligrams for the entire portion. It contains a lot of vitamins, so it is actually a food supplement. It contains 100% of your daily dose of vitamin C, D3, and B2 to B12. Which is really nice. Like, I am at risk of vitamin deficiency due to my job being indoors. And that kind of stuff. And then it also contains a bunch of other stuff that supposedly is good for you, but I have no proof that it is. And I'm no scientist, no nutrient scientist, so I'm not going to claim that it is, like, you know? I'm not going to claim that it is healthy if I don't have any sources backing it up. I cannot speak for the other stuff they put in this, other than that according to their advertisement material, it is healthy. But yeah, you're recommended, oh, sad phone call. You're recommended to drink like 1 portion per day. Not more. But mostly because of the caffeine, I guess? I don't know. Stuff. Anyhow, that was my drink reveal. I like this stuff. I'm not sponsored. I wouldn't mind getting sponsored if you want to sponsor me, Holy Energy. I'm drinking your product anyway. You don't have to. But yeah. Fuck. Okay. But yeah, they have this massive like advertisement material about like what is in their energy drink. But again, it's advertisement material. I'm not a scientist. I have no idea if it's true. And I won't claim it is. But supposedly, this energy drink is made exclusively of either healthy stuff or stuff that, like, scientifically proven improves your concentration and alertness. Which is nice. It also contains basically no sugar. Pork. Anyway, that's my drink reveal. I honestly don't care if you buy it. You just asked. That's what I drink. You're happy now? Very good. Other than that, I drink water or chocolate milk made with a Swiss chocolate powder called Caotina, which is just, in my opinion, the best chocolate milk powder on the market. I like it. Chocky milky. I don't like store-bought chocolate milk too much. I like to mix it myself, especially because Caotina has dark chocolate available as a flavor, which it tastes so much better than milk chocolate. It's amazing. Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Thancred that the Signs would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. Oh yeah, while you were gone, we killed Ifrit. We are now hero. Bnui hero. Bit. You have achieved a great deal in short time, and won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without a price, you will soon discover. You have guests, Rain, or rather, you have guests. Back pardons! Hello. Ah, Lady Biphilia, radiant as always. I'm given to understand that the Signs of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I'm here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lominzet, whose aforesaid hero plays of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Rain, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would have not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. What they have is evidence of their high regard to you. You know, Minfilia, I don't really need you to tell me that the three big militaries of this continent sending envoys specifically to recruit me is not a normal thing they do. These are high-ranking officers. They are sent here specifically to make me join their company. I mean... I find myself wondering how word of Rain's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flames should know of his triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Your reputation precedes you, Master Umbrea. Master? I like it. 'Tis no ordinary man who can face a primal and emerge the victor. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of a valiant man such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend. Together, let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelves Wood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Master Umbrea. My comrades speak to you in the most glowing terms. Why even before you aided us against the Amajar, that dread primal, yours was already a respected name in Eldar. Our people know you and love you well. A man of your talent belongs to the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Eldar. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you'd have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Luminza to the shores of glory. Maybe. Lady Minfilia, Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on the matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in time of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Liminsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Uldar. Serving the Grand Company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You'll be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance to at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I concede that it is no small choice you face. A thought occurs to me. You will of course recall that the 3 city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Rain hear a leader speak, then return here with his decision. We eagerly await your answer. Okay. Then they just hang out here. And Tata was like, ha. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Rain, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention. Not all of it friendly. Great power. There will be those who wish you ill. You must needs to be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one person in the midst of a grand company. However, you'll be one person amongst many, a friend among friends. The achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Company seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow you to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Rain, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring. But so as long as we believe in ourselves, there's naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Tataru! Potataru. Potato. Le potat. Hi. Hi. Le potat. Les pommes de terre. Potat. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Rain. Might have sung your praises a little too loudly and often. To few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of 3 services, and Elder Seedseer Kane Senna will deliver her address at the Mikato's Amphitheater. I should probably mention this mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it is possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Kudrenia your first port of call. Next, you'll need to go to Uldar, where Flame General Reborn Eldin will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored that there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Liminsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Melvin Bluefiswin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentry Xanthel, and he will admit you. Got all that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though. With your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in your favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. I love how the game is like, we don't have an in-lore explanation for why the schedule should be in whatever order you want it to be, so we'll just make it. It's so good. Teleport. I want to show this part because I don't have to read during it, I think. I think this one is actually, like, voiced. Are you kidding me? I have literally attuned to none of these? Wow. Oh yeah, so earlier I learned a valuable lesson that I can impart to you. Be very careful what you click. This is a Fantasia. I accidentally used one of them earlier. It allows you to change your character's appearance by going back to character creation. I didn't want to use it. They don't run out or anything. It's just going to be there forever.
I lost my son to the calamity.
Oh no.
The 3 Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelves Wood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago.
Old.
Working hand in hand, the Hure and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer.
Hi.
The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysin. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. "5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds.
Oh no. She said the magic words.
To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters.
She said
Dark
among
times
us.
are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this
Oops. Oh no,
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
For the elementals!
The children. Somebody think of the children.
If you'll permit me, Alfie no.
Hi.
And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
That's so. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being naturally warlike and being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Solves, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, and a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict the last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it's broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridanians vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood thereby the power of the elementals will put an end to the woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and their insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them? Teleport! Woo! But yeah, so Fantasia allows you to go back to character creation and change everything about your character except for the birth date and the patron deity. You can even select a new race and a new sex, a new gender for your character. They aren't cheap, but you can do that. You can redesign everything. Oh, also you cannot change the name. Name changes are a separate thing. But yeah, the only thing that remains constant for your character is the patron deity and the birth date that you enter. Or the name day, rather. Oh, they cope with it quite well. I mean, if you suddenly change from male to female, they instantly switch pronouns on first meeting you. They also recognize you without question. So... But that's the wrong path. I hate Ulda, I get lost so much. Okay, more.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamo herself!
And Reborn as well.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore.
Hurrah! Reborn!
Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldal have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
Falls balls.
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit
keep
of
clicking.
sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead.
I'm sorry.
Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Ul'dah stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you, line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Ul'dah, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Ul'dah. As Ul'dah prospers, so shall her people.
Ja, for Ul'dah!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Reborn?
But that...
People of Ul'dah, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Ul'dah. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Ul'dah, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno. For we
What
are
was that?
Fire Reborn!
Glory to the Sultana! The children!
Forsooth!
The time is now!
I
Fancy meeting you again.
Hi, Alphino. Alice, don't act like you're not into me. Please. Alice is just like, ugh, this bunny. Little does she know that she will be pining over me in the near future. For I am Benui. The Eldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalda, the beast tribe that worships the primal Ifrit. Judging by your looks of distaste, I take you've encountered them. Encountered is a weak word. The Eldans do not shy from your confrontation. If Odd threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So have they dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he's but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Garleans. Whatever. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ul'dah has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the salt in its coffers are bottomless. And even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalda are summoning him with an ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Eldans send their forces to smite the primal. And though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition, which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder, then, that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. For their sake, I hope that the Flame General's words struck a chord with you. By the way, I highly recommend that despite me playing the story and reading everything out, that you don't skip the cutscenes. not only do some of the things the NPCs say differ based on what exactly you play, like in terms of race and gender, but also the story doesn't work if you don't read it. And at the point where you overtake me, which will happen, definitely, especially if you skip, you will want to have the experience. Oh, and I definitely don't wait for stream. Just play it. The game is much better if you experience it yourself. It's so good. Whoop.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
But yeah, experience the game in full.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The Crimson Field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the Black Longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom Standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their
Oh no, not
crewmates
again.
than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt Pirate and Maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
So yeah,
Fancy meeting you again.
so the game has an auto text advance feature. I don't know the keybind for it on controller, but it's spacebar on PC, where it will then just for unvoiced cutscenes, it will wait a set amount of time for each box, and for voiced cutscenes, you just experienced how it worked because it was on for that entire cutscene. You know how it does. I showed it to you. Yeah. Hi, Alfino. How are you doing? As the Admiral mentioned in her address, those elements are plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Luminson's backyard. And that is to say, north of the internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Luminsons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that I will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Rain, this has been Philia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence! Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. Well, delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. So, Kakuin, which one of the Grand Companies did you like the most? I mean, this is quite literally where you have to decide which one to join. At least for the time being. You can always change. But yeah. Which one did you like the most? The calm and collected Carnicena? The loud and muscular Robban? I like him. Or the strict and powerful Malwib? Hello there. Welcome, Pecorine. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you'd hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Rain? Thinking in Rero. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Meanwhile...
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Hi, Alice.
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and 7th Umbral era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the 7th Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
Someone is angry.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
So I should give some context here for these two. These are the grandchildren of Louis Zoar, the founder of the Science of the Seventh Dawn, who died in the Calamity.
I should hope so.
My lady,
Grandchildren,
we are to
mind
escort
you. Not children.
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
Ta-ta! Okay, now, what do? Which one to pick? Brain stuck. Muscles are inviting. Very good. I personally want Rain to join the Maelstrom, though. Or the Flames. Not the Serpents. The Rain has had enough of forests. I mean, boats are exciting, but so's Reborn. Difficult. Well, I mean, we went to Uldar. Welcome back, adventurer. I take it General Reborn's words kindled a fire within you. Join the Immortal Flames, yes. Excellent. I fear that the incident with the traitor may have soured your opinion of us. It glads me to see this isn't the case. But before we can count as one of your own, you must be formally inducted into your ranks. Please proceed to the Hall of Flames and identify yourself to the personnel officer. I will notify him of your coming. On my way to touch an immortal flame? Will it burn? Probably. With your strength joined to earth. With your strength joined to ours, we shall surely prevail over enemies, be they beastmen or imperials. Teleport. Ah. The personnel officer. What brings you to the Hall of Flames this evening, adventurer? My name is Reynambre. I believe you're expecting. Ah, I thought as much. You're just as our man the waking sense described. It is an honor to meet you. Now, in order to formalize your... Sir! Speak, Private. Imperial, sir. They fired on a Highwind Skyway airship. Scouts say she's coming down near the west, down to the west, near Horizon's Edge. Bloody elves! Of all times for this to happen. Rain, there's no time for formalities. The Immortal Flames need your help now. We're in the midst of a large-scale operation against the Amhajar, and we have no one to spare in West Thanalan. You must get to that ship before the Guardians do. If there are any survivors, see that they do not come to further harm. Now go. I just want to enjoy the... Angry Benui noises. Okay. The lighthouse. Why am I walking? Whatever. There is. Proceed. An adventurer? What are you doing out here? No, wait. Let's find some cover first. The Immortal Flames sent you. How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have an uniform. You're right, sir. A scouts reported the attack on your craft. We came to rescue you. Rainumbria, yes? Glad to have you with us. I've not seen a craft of this design before. The traitor Garland has been busy. The secrets of Magitech are ours by right. They are not to be squandered upon the savages of this land. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must, And bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Garland? What is that name? They mean to take the ship back to the to Castrum Meridianum, along with your friend. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. This looking ship, though not the best place to have it taken shelter, I agree. If the first airship we built, it's the first airship we built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland. Well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight. And she was soaring. She really was. Till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. We take on my command. Kill them quickly. Save the Lalafell if possible. Is that clear, Rain? Show them what becomes of those who play with fire. Charge! Go! We're under attack! To arms! Pew. 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 Savages. Unbelievable. You dare say. Galleon scum. Die. Hi. I'm kind of in the middle of something. I'll stretch after. How you doing, little bean? Oh, my camera frame is off the entire time. Why did nobody tell me? It's supposed to cover the chat. That's its entire purpose. In this scene, at least. Hello. Die! Oh, nope, not that. That. Okay. That should be it. Man, how about you heal yourself? You're about to die. Yeah. Thought so. And you died. Maybe you should have tried healing? Miss Conjurer? The fuck? What? What? What was that? I'm so confused. Ah. Die. What the fuck is it doing? What in the heck is going on? I dodged it. Hey, duty complete. Your dad needs to make a video where you explain how to apply a tattoo stencil with a giant tiger in your arm. Nice. Big tiger. Okay. Stretch. I have stretched. Biggs. Wait, that's Wedge. Biggs! Wedge! You should have stayed with the ship. Yee. A little bean has redeemed Stretch. Small bean, indeed. And also apparently left again. Ah well. That was a close one. Too damn close. So how's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller is dead loss. But I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications, so we should be able to fly the tiny Bronco home. The Imperials will come looking for the scouts, but we can defend this position until the engineers leave. You should go, Rain. You still have unfinished business to attend to at the Hall of Flames. You're not quite one of us yet, though anyone who'd seen you in action today would be forgiven for thinking otherwise. I just wanted to say sorry, you know, for calling an Imperial spy in that. I got that one wrong, didn't I? Seriously though, if I hadn't been for you, the Immortal Flames lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I mean, you're dead, friend. We both are. No worries. Wedge. Thank you. We are very grateful. You're welcome. No worries. I love them. They're good beans. So this event happens depending on which Grand Company you pick. If you pick the Immortal Flames, it happens in Uldar. If you pick the Twin Adders, it happens in Gridania. And if you pick the Maelstrom, it happens in Limsa. Yee. Also, those were Biggs and Wedge. They are Magitech engineers. They are also a recurring set of characters that exists in every Final Fantasy since Final Fantasy IV, I think. Biggs and Wedge always exist. Not necessarily as a big burly guy and a tiny potato, but there's always two Magitech engineers, or otherwise people involved with Magitech, that are named Biggs and Wedge, and are on the player character side, even if they belong to the enemy nation. The other character that always exists in all Final Fantasy games since about 2, 3, I don't remember, is Cid, who also fills the same role. There's always a Cid, and there's pretty much always a Biggs and a Wedge that work with Cid. Sometimes, and sometimes they work on their own, but they always exist. And they are always allies. It's just kind of something that is true for all Final Fantasy games. Welcome back, Rain. Word of your deeds at the field reached me not long ago. Exemplary service. Rest assured that the Garland Ironworks engineers are fine. They were able to get their vessel back in the air before Imperial reinforcements arrived. Your willingness to assist us on such short notice is to be commended. Clearly your reputation is well deserved. Now then, I believe we have some unfinished business. Shall we continue from where we left off and induct you into the Immortal Flames? Are you ready, Rain? Let us begin. Yay. Induct me. Induct me. Do it, do it. Rain Umbria, you stay poised to enter a sacred trust. The flames of Uldar burn bright, casting light where there's a dark, and purging evil wheresoever it lurks. We are ever ready to meet the nation's enemies in battle, be they beastmen, Garleans, or worse. And at a word from Flame General Reborn Elden, we would gladly lay down our lives to maintain the peace of and prosperity of Uldar. To join our ranks, you must forsake all other nations. Only then may you commit yourself to the fire and be reborn as an immortal flame. Born as one of us, Rain Umbria, and together we shall chase the darkness from Uldar. Will you swear an oath to mark this occasion? I don't have swords. What skills I have belong now to Uldar. Woo! And Uldar will have need of them in days ahead. The knowledge and experience of well-traveled adventurers are valuable assets. Well then, very well. Your resolve is plain. Rain Umbria, I hereby confer upon you the rank of Flame Private 3rd Class. Welcome to the Immortal Flames, Private. May you fight to the last for coin and country. Pog. Can you hear me, Rain? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Immortal Flames contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Umbria. I've no doubt that you are eager to make the acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask that you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, though you are now a Flame of Uldar, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. It seems your presence is required elsewhere. But before you leave, perhaps you could find a moment to speak with Commander Swift. He is not one to see new recruits go into the field unprepared. I will, and I shall, for I am Bunny, Master of the Universe. You may now accept the quest Little Chocobo, Immortal Flames, by speaking with Swift. I can finally unlock mounts. Ta-da! Pog. Give me this. Private Umbria, yes? A moment of your time, if you please. Chocobo. Present a Flame Chocobo issuance to Mimigun. Flame Quartermaster. Materials. No. Flame Chocobo issuance. I need 2 hundo. Undertake supply and provisioning. Show all items. Okay. So, quite unfortunately, I don't have any items that they will take. But that is fine. Can alleviate that. By just playing this quest. Very good, perfect. So you need 200 Grand Company seals to buy the item they want for this quest. As soon as you have finished this quest, you can use mounts. you should prioritize this quest. Play this one, get 300 Grand Company seals, return to your Grand Company, go to your Grand Company's Quartermaster, go to Material, and buy the Chocobo issuance. You will receive a Chocobo, and you will receive the ability to ride any mount, not just Chocobos. Which is why I highly recommend you prioritize this. Because you're not allowed to use mounts until you complete it. I would love to. Okay, so this is the party list. I would like to scoot this over a bit here. And then I'll take the hotbar 9. Make it kind of square, I guess. I'll rearrange a few things really quick. Put this here. Put the focus target somewhere more useful. Scoot the party list back over. That can live there, that's fine. And the enemy list. Ta-da! You found a cherry on a cake. Carcurine plus cherry equals happy. The Waking Sands. So, hotbars. Oh yeah. You should fiddle with the HDD layout until you find one that you like. I don't actually like this. I just keep forgetting to import the correct one from my main. Importing character settings is a bit weird. You best just Google how you do it. I don't even know if it's possible with PlayStation. Anyhow, on PC you can just move a few files around, and then you'll import all your settings to a different character. It's a bit complicated. But yeah, so hotbars, everything is character specific. It's not account specific. My layout doesn't look like this usually. Oh yeah, macros. Those are great. Macros are amazing. You can do near anything. Egg. Why is this called egg? I don't fucking know. Anyway. I forgot what I wanted to do. Right, I remember what I wanted to do. I wanted to demonstrate that the UI is great. And you can put anything everywhere. You can actually put anything anywhere. Menu items are just hotbar elements if you really want them to be. The HUD for this game is pretty solid. There's very little information that they should add, in my opinion. There's just a bit of clarity that's lacking. Welcome back, Rain. Lady Minfilia waits you within. Lady Minfilia? Porker? Hello. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with the tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Rain. Now, when we last spoke, I said that I wanted you to meet some friends, did I not? Well, I neglected to mention that you have already met. Tataru, please show them in. This way, says. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm... Gods, man, spit it out, will you? Wedge at your service! I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Logitech-driven contraptions, such as airships, grow ever more vital to the city-states in Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as the keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we need the knowledge of experts. And so we requested the assistance of the Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea. And I count myself blessed to have been given the chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Ah, that's very nice to say, Minfilia. Yeah, just accept this. Oop. Accept any quest that is still in the same location.
Now, having set aside the formalities,
Voiced.
we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us? I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Okay. And now I ignore everything and go back here. Yeet. So back in the day, you actually had to work for your chocobo. Because they didn't want 200 seals, they wanted 2,000 seals. Now they kind of just hand it to you. Material. Flame chocobo allowance. Issuance, whatever. And now we go over there. Whomst are you? Huh. Oh, I think that's the gold saucer. Or golden saucer, rather. Yeah. Boop. What about it, should you say? And then I'll see your flame checker shins. Have a bird, please. Give a bird. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your chocobo. Bad. Bad. And here it is. The fellow has been in high spirits the first few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you'll want to give your noble steed a name. Yep, you can name your burb. And expertly. Your name shall be Burb. Yes. I dare say he likes his name. Use your very own chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it, and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned into crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with a chocobo's rider license, as required by the law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Da 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 da. Chocobo. Chocobo. Okay. Chocobo. I could do the side with whatever. I'm not level 30 yet. I don't have to worry about quests. So, there's a prerequisite. This part of the main story that I'm going to play right now, you have to complete it before you can become... before you can do job quests. The level 30 quest that your class gives you, like the one right after this one, basically, it will give you your job crystal. The level 30 quest for each class will give you your job crystal, and you cannot do it until you've reached a certain point in the main story quest. It just wouldn't let you. Boop. We know far too little about the sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the science once more if we are to... beg pardons. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Hail, adventurer. I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. You seek to entwine your destiny with the twin adders? Morning, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida, Papa Limo. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quested the name of science of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the twin adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the 12s with her home. The sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, but much to the delight of Elder Seedseer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The twin adder is of the same mind. 'Tis precisely for this reason that the sylph's relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst the ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there ever be a sliver of a chance that the summoning of their primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen to only one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to help to save as my liaison. How is that word pronounced? I think it's liaison. I think it might be French. That is where your sign's coming. This no face? Yeah, no. It's fine for this cutscene. I keep forgetting to put it back on. But I don't want face in full screen cutscenes usually. I try to, at least. Especially for the voiced cutscenes. That's when I turn it off. I have a button for it. The sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and I've held many a productive dialogue with their people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to excuse due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas in the way of productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the sylph's favor. May expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the sylphs. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Well, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papa Limo. Yee. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba. Yee. Pierre. Oh yeah, I should point out a feature. If you are in either Gridania, Uldar, or Limsa, and this is like specifically these three, this option will be here. It allows you to transfer to any server in the same data center as you are. And if I say allows you to transfer, I mean like temporarily, you will not have access to everything. But when I say allows you to transfer, I mean it. I'm now in Zodiac. You can just do this. It's amazing. It's so good. You can just play with other people on the same data center. But they will... Whatever. They are actively working on destroying that boundary even more. With the upcoming patch 6.18, they will introduce data center travel between data centers that are in the same physical location. So everyone who plays on Light, on our data center, will be able to travel over to Chaos, the other European data center, and vice versa. There is plans to also facilitate travel between physical data centers, so we'd be able to go on any server in the game, all of them with the same character. But the logistics of transferring character data between physical data centers is a lot more complicated than what they have implemented now. For traveling between the worlds on Chaos, on Light, like the thing that I just showed off is pretty easy, because your character data is stored in the data center, not the server. All they have to do is to just yeet you onto the other server and just make sure that now weirdness happens because of the name mismatches. What they implement in a few weeks will be the ability to temporarily send your character data from one logical data center to another logical data center. Both Chaos and Light live on the same hardware in the same room or the same building, but they are separated by code. They are tearing that separation down. The logistics of actively logging into a different physical data center, though, are a lot more complicated. Because that would require the data, the character data, is still in the same physical location, even if you transfer over to Chaos. So they don't have a lot of traffic going on here. But if they allow us to actually transfer over to the American, Japanese, or Oceanian data center, temporarily, without buying a server transfer, which will permanently move your character, but it's like $20. You don't want to do this every 2 minutes. To just allow you to visit and play with others without having to transfer servers permanently. That would require them to create a mechanism where character data would be sent to another physical location, securely encrypted in a timely manner, then relog you into that other data center, and once you go back, they would have to sync all changes to your character back to your original data center after you log out and do certain actions. They need to make sure that nothing you do in America is lost when you log out or go back to Europe. And they also need to make sure that nothing is duplicated on accident. They don't want to introduce any exploitable bugs either. So that's a lot more work. That will probably take another year or two for them to make that work. But being able to play with anyone who is in the same physical region as you is going to happen in about a month. And then we'll have it. It will be there. And it will never go away. But yeah, people who are playing this game, myself included, we have wanted to play with everyone else since the game's release. And I'm so happy that the developers are listening. The ferry dock at the base of the hill will carry you across the lake to the east route. Once to your shore, head due east and you should find Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. Thank you. But yeah, the dev team is so good. They try their best. Like, obviously, we're not happy with everything they do. That would be magic if they did no mistakes. There's a few weird decisions that went in the game. But largely, overall, they have done very good. Choco. Oh. Of course the Chocobo theme is here. If you know anything about Final Fantasy, anything at all, it is this music. Like, Chocobos are the one thing that everyone knows about these games. And it's here. It's always here. They are always here. Generally, a lot of this game is, like, from other games. But that's fine. The other games are great. And it's so nice to just have references to other games in the series while still being able to remain somewhat original. I love that. Anyway, let's attune to this. By the way, you should make a habit of attuning Aetherites. Or you will hate yourself for not doing it. Thank you. Oh, by the way, only Chocobos have Chocobo music. But I should show you my favorite, like, mount that I have. I present to you the fat Chocobo. Chonk. An absolute unit. Actually, I don't quite remember how you can get him now. So, back when I played, there was a reward system that gave you items based on just pure playtime. Called the Veteran Rewards. But that reward system has since been discontinued because there was rewards in there that required you to play the game for 3 years before you got them. And it kept getting longer. And they didn't want to have rewards when new people would come in and be like, what do you mean I have to play 4 years to get this item? I didn't even know if I'll play the game for a month yet. Like, how do you expect me to commit for 4 years? So they changed it. And the way it works now is for achievements, you get this currency, the achievement certificates. And most of the veteran rewards went into the achievement system. I'll just check real quick. So the achievement person is in a very specific place. It is here. It's in Gridania. It's basically the only thing that actually is in Gridania. And it's over here. That's where the achievement person lives. You just kind of want to go there, I guess. Oh, hi, Mithra. You already here? Wow. Yeah. That tells my sister both of Wild Run. Yeah. So, little known fact, it barely ever comes up. But this is Y'shtola's sister. They are related. I think she isn't her only sister. Her tribe of Mikote. The people usually have more than one child. But yeah, they are related. Anyway, this is Jonathan. He's the achievement person. He will give you achievement certificates. And for achievement certificates, you can buy a number of things. Basically all the veteran stuff. Cascade uniform, all the pets that we used to get. And, of course, it should be somewhere. I think it was a... Was it not? Hold on. I need to check this. Fat Chocobo. It should be here if it was a veteran reward. Maybe it wasn't. Oh, no, right, I remember. Sorry, I got that one wrong. The Fat Chocobo specifically isn't a veteran reward. It is in the collector's edition of A Realm Reborn. So if you pay the extra $10 to get that collector's edition, it will give you the Fat Chocobo. Just hand it to you. The collector's editions always contain a few glamour items, a pet, and a mount. So that's the amount for that. Actually, the Heavensward Collector's Edition contains a Fantasia, which is really good. And it's barely that much more expensive than a Fantasia. So if you just... it is not a single Fantasia. It is a permanent Fantasia for all of your characters, current and future. If you buy the collector's edition that has a Fantasia in it, you will receive a Fantasia on every character you ever created and will ever create. Because it is part of your account. Because collector's edition rewards are given to your account, not your character. I actually have a second one, which was a veteran reward, which are also account-wide. That's the reason why on a new character I get like 60 pieces of mail. It's all the rewards that are tied to my account now. Just ticking up in my mailbox. But yeah, that's how that works. Amelin. Hello. Indeed, I'm Amelin of the Twin Edda. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn that trust, however, and they are as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You'd do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Hello, Rolf Hawthorne. Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, eh? I'll tell you one thing, they are peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg pardon, friend. My memory is just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. But yeah, so the adventurers, the collector's editions are well worth it if you like their stuff. You will probably not make another character, but if you ever do, for whatever reason, like you can play any class, every class on any character at once. It just allows you to play other classes, all of them. You have no reason to switch characters unless you really, really want another character. Or want to play in another physical data center until that barrier is torn down. But that's the only two reasons you'll ever have to make another character. But yeah, by the way, this is the Gullian stronghold that they all are talking about. But yeah, point being, the collector's editions are very much worth it. Hi, Twintania. That is Twintania. Twintania is a reward for the friend invite system. By the way, the game has a friend invite system. It only works on paid accounts, which is why you won't see it in your log station until you pay for the game. I have everything from it, but I'm sure we can figure something out. You can enter a friend invite code for the first 30... No, hold on. You can enter a friend invite code until you add game time to your account. So, if you buy a game time card and add it to your account, or if you set up automatic sub renewal, and the sub renewal time hits, so like your sub runs out, and it adds days. As soon as any amount of playtime is added to your account, you will no longer be able to enter a friend invite code. But you will also only be able to enter a friend invite code after you registered a license for the game. So these first 30 days of game time that you get for free are essentially the time window that you have to enter these codes. But yeah, I basically have everything you get from them. The inviter gets these gold chocobo feathers, which are also account-wide, by the way. And the invitee gets silver chocobo feathers. The silver feathers are basically only good for equipment, and they are meant to tide you over some of the grindier spots of the game. Like, if you ever run into a gear cap, you can spend them to upgrade your stuff. But the gold feathers are usually for mounts and stuff. And one of the mounts we just saw fly by. But yeah. Okay, it is 10 PM. I won't continue the main story right now. But since I was on the topic of that one particular feature, I'm going to endeavor to make it a bit more specific. And show you what I mean. I want to go to Gridania. I want to go here. I technically these NPCs should be in every city-state, but I have no idea where they are in the other two, because I'm not there very often. My main character started in Gridania. But yeah, there's a page, I'll look it up while I ride back to the Gridania entrance. XIV invite a friend. Recruit a friend. Very good. And then put it in English. Yes, there we go. So, this right here, you can find it in chat. This right here is the information page with all the details on how this works. So yeah, it says there that the Recruit a Friend campaign has started on the 19th of June 2015, and that the end date will be announced on a different page. It hasn't been yet. I think they just put this here in case they ever want to overhaul it. But yeah, you get some stuff. Mostly the gold chocobo feathers, which are very good. Did I harmonize the M3? No, I didn't. I did not. I walked there, I forgot to click on the thing. Don't forget to harmonize, people. Harmonizing is important. It's very good for you. You should do it. Okay. You want to go to, I think it's the Salvager? Or is it this person? No, that's definitely not it. Right here, it's Deal in Spoils of the Calamity Salvager. Gold chocobo feathers will get you any of these items, any of these assorted things. And the silver chocobo feathers will get you gear up to level 80. So if you ever run into a spot where you need equipment, you can buy it here for silver chocobo feathers. Dreams of the Faith are for one of the physical events that they held, the fan festival. You get outfits from Final Fantasy X for those, but they aren't actually like obtainable in game. You got those for a code from a physical event that happened years ago, and now the shop's just here forever. Yeah. Also, the Calamity Salvager is one of your favorite NPCs for a number of things. If you get gear as a reward for a quest, it will go into one of these two NPCs. So if you ever throw it away in accident, or otherwise destroy the item, you can get it back from one of these. They also have male variants of the pieces of gear that are either male only or female only. They have male and female variants. So if you ever switch from male to female or from female to male, and you have a few of these reward items that you can no longer equip, you can get the counterparts from these NPCs. It's very good. I like it. But yeah. Well then. But that will be the stream for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And enjoyed the bunny. And I will see you tomorrow for the end of Virtue's Last Reward. Because there's literally only like one timeline left. Any case, good night.